Hey folks, your favorite sorcerer, really is Sopex. I just started my day, about to go to the gym, and while I'm having a drink here, a coffee, before I go to the gym, I wanted to do this video because I was inspired. I just did a quick meditation, and I'm beginning my day. People want to ask where magical power comes from. People want to know how you develop magical power, how do you access it. In order to understand that, there are many different ways on how to explain that, but one of the ways to explain that is through an alchemy law. Okay, everything is rhythm. Everything has a rhythm. Now, what does that mean? See, the universe, everything, is primarily a vibration. Physical objects, they vibrate at a specific frequency. Events, all of that vibrates at a specific frequency. And the frequency that you're on, because you can vibrate on all kinds of frequencies. Your energy field can vibrate on all kinds of frequencies, high ones, low ones. That attracts objects, people, situations on the same or a similar frequency. Okay. How do you generate a frequency? Through alignment, first and foremost. Thoughts, words, and actions, they need to be aligned. All right, aligned with what? In our universe, generally speaking, the things that are desirable are vibrating high. They're vibrating at a high frequency, meaning they have a lot of energy in them. And what is required to create an energy field that is vibrating high is, first of all, alignment. What is alignment? See, when you streamline everything within an energy field, it becomes very powerful and it vibrates higher. What does an energy field consist of? I know you primarily experience yourself as a physical body, but you also have an energy field around you, within you, permeating you, and even your cells, your physical body, are actually just vibrations. Okay? Now, those things together create a specific frequency, and as you go through your day, your life is the expression of that. Okay? Now, energy fields can be described as consisting of vectors, okay? Forces with a specific direction. Okay? Now, some energy fields have vectors in them that are contradictory. Some of them are aligned. Some of them are going in this direction, that direction. You get what I'm saying? So most people's energy fields are very chaotic. But what does it mean if everything is aligned? It means that all energy vectors move into the right direction, or into one direction, and a person's life, meaning their words, deeds, and actions, are aligned with that. I'm going to talk about words, deeds, and actions. I mean the vocabulary that they use, the words that they use to describe the world. I'm talking about the things that they do, their routine, and all these things, right? They all are designed to create a specific energy. But how do you pick all of that? And this is what most magicians miss. Because how do you know the direction if you don't know the purpose, okay? So the force or the energy or the very power that unlocks magic is your purpose, first and foremost. What is a purpose? A purpose is when you look at the universe, everything has its job to do in here, okay? When you look at nature, there's no mistake. Any kind of natural landscape that is free of human interference will have a perfect balance to it, and nothing is wasted, and every creature in there has a specific job to do to make the bigger system run. It's the same with the universe as a whole. So your purpose is what you are here to do. That's your life's purpose, the reason why you're here. Now, this is not a concept that a lot of people either even talk about or utilize or use. It's almost never mentioned in magic because people become slaves and they become subservient to some egregor or egregories, and for lack of a better word, they just transfer their religious background into something that is a little bit more edgy. They start worshiping demons or something like that. This is not how it's supposed to be done, you know? One of the foundational things that you have to do, I just received the message here. One of the most foundational things that you need to do is you need to connect to your purpose. And that purpose unlocks everything. When you have that purpose, the purpose gives you the direction. It's your North Star, it's your compass. Okay? And now the needle can move into the right direction. Now you can align your words, thoughts, actions, daily routine, habits, all with that. And I'll tell you what's going to happen. This incredible force that is available to all of us, you know, like the Jedi, like the Sith, you know, all of this is real. I'm telling you, this force becomes available to us because we can now finally let it flow through us and it has a direction. Whereas before, it was kind of like this chaotic energy field without a coherence, without a direction. It was kind of amorphous, and society was pushing this person back and forth and around, and they didn't know what to do. They didn't have their direction in life. They were confused about everything. And now they connect or become aware of the purpose. They know it. Boom. The energy field attains direction, polarity, and purpose. And with that, things become streamlined. And this is where the power comes from. This is what you have to understand. This is where everything begins. Now, of course, there's more. You have to align. Let's say here's your purpose. You have to align your values, principles, the things that you do, the things that you don't do. Your ethics. Ethics are, once again, these things that you do and don't do. And you don't break them for anything. Your magical practice, your daily routines, all of that, you align that with the purpose. The result of that is going to be abundance, magical power like you wouldn't believe is attainable to you. The spirits are going to respect you. The universe is going to respect you. The universe responds to your vibration. You're in alignment with it. You become an ally. You become spiritually protected. You create this energy field around you that can now, it's like a wave, like a tsunami, where all these other fuckers out there, all these fakes, phonies, all these like confused little children, weaklings, all of these people are like little, whatever, very, very unstable things. The same with problems, by the way. Problems in your life are just obstacles. The question is, are you strong enough? Is the energy that you carry, the energy of your energy field, of your force field, is it strong enough to overcome that obstacle? Now, if you're not aligned with your purpose, there's no power. If you're not aligned internally, if your ethics are not clear, if your internal structure is not aligned, there's no power. But once you do all of that, boom, 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 you become an unstoppable force in this energetic universe. And it's a world of energy, first and foremost. It's a universe of mind, of frequency, of energy. And now you have found your rhythm. You understand? Now you become the tsunami that just, boom, destroys all opposition and moves through the world as a powerhouse. This is what most magicians, most people, period, most humans don't get. They're confused. And it's intentional, of course. The system and all that stuff is designed to break people down, to disconnect them from this force, and to make them good slaves in the society, right? I'm sure I'm not telling you anything new there. But the point is, if you want to develop magical power, this is one of the most important steps. This is why in the infinite initiation system, for example, the first thing that we do is people get connected to their daemon, okay? Which is this higher self that has incarnated themselves in here. This is the connection with this frequency is what unlocks everything else. Well, a magical system, and we have our own magical system of the Grail of the Serpent, of course. And any magical system, if you wanted to work, is an engine. It's an energetic infrastructure that is well or worse designed, depends on the system. The key and the fuel is the daemon, though. And that's what you need to unlock all of that. That's where the power comes from, you see. And then, literally, things that are spoken about in legends, in movies, in history become accessible to you, and you become the carrier of that force, of that power. So this is what you need to understand. Very quick video. I'm going to wrap it up here now. There are still a couple of spots available for the infinite initiation system, and please understand, I'm not pitching you anything, okay? If I would pitch, you would feel it. You would have no choice but to do it. I know how to pitch, all right? All kinds of rewiring of your brain and accessing your fear centers and all that stuff. I could push you easily. But see, this is a sacred space because an energy field becomes part of a greater energy field as it joins a magical system or an order, like the infinite initiation system. And I don't want people in there that don't belong there, you see? If you're being called, if you feel called to it, it might be that you're supposed to be there, but I'm the gatekeeper, of course. So I'm going to have to decide. Not from ego, but from field alignment. Do you understand that? So many people have applied, is what I'm trying to say, and were rejected for a reason, because they're not aligned with the field. So I'm not asking you to join or begging you to join or doing some pitching or marketing gimmicks to get you to join there. You know, there are 37 spots. They would have been filled, if I just take everybody, they would have been filled like 2 weeks ago. That's not the point. The point is to look for the right people, to send this message out to the right people that match that frequency. This is what this is about, you see? And this is why I'm doing this video. Now, I'm about to go to the gym and lift some weights, get even bigger and stronger, as I already am. And peace. Bye-bye.